Hi, and thank you for joining me here again. Today I wanted to talk to you about making friends when you're an adult. This is a topic that I've addressed in my personal life, and I thought I should make a video about it because I know that a lot of people have the same kind of concerns, the same kind of struggles. Because when you're young, it's very easy to make friends. You know, you're friends with the people you go to school with, or when you're in college, you make friends with people you go to class with, or that are in your major, or you make friends with people on your sports team, or in this club or that club, and there's just all these very easy ways to make friends as you grow up. But once you're out of school, people start to move on. People move away, they settle down, they get married, they drift apart, and you find yourself suddenly not getting texted back as much. People don't pick up the phone when you call so much. And you find yourself in a lonely place. It's important to remember that you're not unique. That happens to everybody. And that's not a bad thing. It actually makes it a lot easier to make friends. As weird as it sounds, the fact that you have no friends makes it easy to have friends. But what I mean by that is everybody is in that boat. So when you do meet people, you can drop the pretense and just be forward and say, I want to be friends with you. And that's okay. Because chances are excellent they want to be friends too. They are probably also in that same boat, so they're going to be receptive to somebody who says, hey, let's be friends. But then, how do you actually make those new friends? This applies more to pre-pandemic life, but if you're vaccinated and if you take the proper precautions and you stay safe and do the reasonable things, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to in some way, shape, or form, follow these things. The way that I like to make friends is I will pick a spot that I like to go to, and I will go there all the time. If it's a coffee shop or a cafe or a gym, I'll pick days and times. If it's a cafe, maybe 7 o'clock at night, I'll head over and I'll get a cup of coffee or get a tea or whatever it is, and I'll sit down at a table. I'll bring a stack of books with me, but by all means bring your laptop or smart device, whatever, to keep yourself occupied, and just sit down at the same table all the time, same time every night, when you are available, when you are free. And just be by yourself. Eventually, people are going to recognize you. More than likely, it's going to start with the people who work there. If it's a gym, you're gonna the person who checks you in is going to recognize that you come in all the time. Introduce yourself. Say hi. They're probably your age or older, and they're probably also looking for new friends too. But be friendly with the people who work there, and they're going to recognize you more, and they're going to be friendlier and friendlier with you, and they're maybe going to come over and say hi to you, or come and sit down if it's a cafe or restaurant or something like that when they have a couple minutes free. But after the people who work there start to recognize you, the regulars are going to start to recognize you. And eventually, somebody is going to come over to you and introduce themselves. That person is your friend. It's easy as that. The person who comes over to you and recognizes you is going to be your friend. They're somebody who is willing to make that first step and willing to put themselves out there, and they're showing you that they want to be friends. So introduce yourself. Offer them a seat. Start talking about stuff. Don't be afraid to ask for their phone number. They're gonna like that because they aren't sure about how to ask for your phone number because it's a little bit awkward. So, like I said, just be open and be forward. Hey, I like you. I would like to hang out again. Can I get your number? And they're going to say yeah. And then text them. Call them. You know, you're going to see them around. Um, if you're going to the gym, go at the same time every night. And you're going to recognize people that are there all the time. And be courteous to somebody. Be particularly courteous to somebody. Offer them a spot. You know, if you see them searching around for a towel and you've got a fresh one, hand them your towel. And then introduce yourself. Offer them a spot. You know, compliment them on their physique or on, you know, their technique in a certain movement, whatever it is. And they're going to like that. And they're going to introduce themselves, etc. Another way that I found is a great way to make friends is through activism and volunteering. When you go to a volunteer group, it can be a little bit intimidating because it's already established. There's already, you know, a group of people there, and it's kind of hard to be the outsider. But go anyway. And, you know, if you're quiet, that's fine. Be quiet. Do the things that need to get done. Offer help where you can, you know, where you can be a help. Ask for help when you need it. Ask for things to be explained if you need it. And you're going to connect with the people in that group just on the fact that you're there, that you're participating in that particular activity. I'll give you an example from my life. I was in a protest group when I was younger, and the protest essentially was, you know, there are too many people that go hungry in this country, but we spend too much money, in our opinion, on building bigger and better and more deadly weapons. So we protested the government spending all this money by feeding people a good, healthy meal for free every week. And that was the protest. And it's been going on for, you know, almost 40 years now. It's a great organization. But I showed up the first time and I didn't really know anybody, and I just asked what I could do to help, and I got put to work, you know, peeling bananas. And I showed up every week. Every Sunday I would go to that organization, and I would do good work, and I would, you know, show up early. I would help unload things. I would help people make certain dishes or give people a hand with whatever. I would wash dishes. And then, you know, when it came time to bring the food down to the park to feed people, I would do that. And then we would hang out with the people that we fed in the park. And you could make friends with those people. And there's a whole other group of people that show up to help, you know, help distribute the food. And, you know, that's a whole other group of potential new friends you could make. But the best way to ingratiate yourself into an organization like that was to stay late and help them clean up afterwards. That's where the real friendships were formed, because the people that took the time to clean always needed an extra set of hands to help them clean. You know, nobody wants to scrub baking sheets at, you know, 5 o'clock at night when they've spent the last 7 hours, you know, cooking and feeding people. So stay late and help them clean. And when we all got done cleaning, everybody was so relieved to be done that, you know, somebody would suggest, hey, let's go get dinner now. Or, you know, hey, let's go to this place or that place. Or, you know, at the time I still drank, so, you know, hey, let's grab a beer, something like that. And then I would do that every week. And the more that I showed up, the more people would open up to me. And the more friends that I would make. And the more things I would get invited to outside of the group. Because, yeah, it's great to do something on a weekly basis like that, but it's even better when a new friend introduces you to their friends. and then you can make extra friends all over the place, and it doesn't become such a big daunting thing anymore. Use your loneliness to your advantage. If you're lonely and you have free time, put yourself out there and be willing to give your free time to doing something. Whether it's, sitting alone in a cafe waiting for someone to come over and talk to you, or whether it's washing pots and pans. It can be whatever you'd like. And it doesn't have to be limited to those things. There's some hobby that you're into. There's some thing that you like doing that other people like doing too. So if you're into comic books, go hang out at the comic shop. Ask the person working there to recommend you something, and then talk to them about it. Ask them what they like. People love talking about themselves. I mean, it's my whole little blog here is just kind of me talking to myself. But it's true. There's something that you're into that someone around you is also into. So take advantage of that. It's easy to make friends with people that have a common interest. So think about what you like doing. Think about where other people go to do that thing, and spend your time there. It's not as difficult and it's not as daunting as it seems. Anyway, that's all I had for you right now. Bit of a long, rambly one. Just about to hit 12 minutes here. But I appreciate you hanging out and listening. I hope this was helpful to someone. Please like, comment, subscribe, interact conscientiously in the comment section below. If there's a topic that you want me to address, I'm always down to hear it. So please share. I would really like to hear what you think and what you'd like to hear my thoughts on, if anything at all. Anyway, may peace and blessings be on you and those you love. Good night.